Alright, here are my predictions for UFC 327. First fight, I'm just gonna go Radke. Radke's just better. This guy lost to Daniel Zellhuber, and I feel like if you have that loss on your record, you're a can. And that's all it literally boils down to. Um, Next, okay. Kevin Gastelum versus Vicente Luque. Um, I actually have been leaning towards Vicente Luque just because he's way more dangerous. I don't think Gastelum should be a minus 300 favorite or whatever he is. Um, Dude, Luque is like a finish or be finished type of guy. He doesn't really go to decisions that often, and Gastelum only goes to decisions because he's such a tank. Um, I kind of like Luque by submission, to be honest. Gastelum's not bad on the ground, and he's got good wrestling, but dude, I don't know. I think Luque is too dangerous. I know he hasn't looked good, but dude, he went to a split decision with Jose Alvarez. I think Alvarez was on short notice, but dude, Alvarez is dangerous as crap, dude. Gastelum's definitely not finishing. If you're thinking Gastelum, go Gastelum decision. But dude, I think, yeah, dude, I'm going Luque by sub. Um, yeah, I like Luque by sub there. I just think he's more dangerous. Probably worse striking. But I think at some point they're gonna get to the ground, and then Luque is gonna do his thing. Padilla versus, I don't really know the Markel Maderos guy, but Chris Padilla is really, really good. Um, he's just really good at finding a way to win. Very high fight IQ. He's just dangerous enough to get finishes like everywhere. He's got good subs, good boxing, striking. Um, he'll throw out elbows or knees. He's very good, dude. He made really quick work of uh, one of the smaller Bonfim brother. He's not that good, but dude, Chris Padilla is good, man. And this guy, I don't really know him. He's got a good record, but dude, um, I think you have to be really good to beat Chris Padilla, man. He's really good. Um, and I feel like his heart's really in the game. Like he really wants to win. Because he's poor. So yeah, Chris Padilla probably by decision in this one. Um, but I don't know. Chris Padilla could get a finish. I don't know how. This guy might not be good on the ground. Chris Padilla could throw up a submission. Um, I think this one's really easy. Same logic. With the last card, I did go Gendro, but I feel like that was easy money. Anybody who picked Richie does not watch UFC at all. Um, Tatiana Suarez is just straight a wrestler. Did not beat Wei Didn't do the. I actually don't remember if that fight was close or not. But I know for a fact she took Wei down a couple times. She just couldn't hold her down. I don't think. Um, but dude, Suarez is going to foderize Godinez, just like how Jandaroa fodderized Richie. Godina is not bad, but dude, Suarez is good. Is a good wrestler. That's literally all it comes down to, and she can hold you down. She's gonna hold down Godinez for 3 rounds. Um, that's all it comes down to. And she's got a good reach advantage, so even though she's not that good on the feet, she could keep her distance well enough to not get finished. Godinez is not bad though. Godinez is not bad. She's very well rounded. Just Suarez is just a top tier wrestler. Um, all right. Gamrot versus Ribovich. For the longest time, I really, really thought Ribovich was going to win this pretty easily. And then I really started to think about it. Gamrot's only lost to like Oliveira, dude. He has no losses. And Rivovich went to a split decision with Zellhuber. And he's not even really fought good comp, especially not on the Gamrot level of wrestling. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've started to lean more towards Gamrot, dude. He's got good enough boxing to not get finished. He's got probably the best pure wrestling in the whole lightweight division, besides maybe Armin, but he out wrestled Armin. Dude, and I don't think Rivovich is dangerous enough to just get him out of there. Dude, he was eating shots from Oliveira, and Oliveira hits like a tank. Yeah, dude, I don't really like, but I'm leaning Gamrot, and just obviously if you're going Gamrot, go by decision. But dude, I really like Rivovich, so I want Rivovich to win, but I think Gamrot's probably gonna get this one done. I think it's just too big of a step up right now, and Rivovich is too untested on the ground for me to pick him. Holland versus Brown. Holland has looked like completely washed in his last couple of fights. Like horrible. We're losing to Daniel Rodriguez. Now that fight was entertaining in an all-out war, one of my favorite fights of all time, just because it's a complete can fest. But dude, Randy Brown is gonna pick him. Randy Brown's actually a good striker. Kevin Holland's not that good at striking. He can just kind of, and he's got decent submissions, but he's not gonna wrestle you down. And Randy Brown's got good takedown defense. And bro, Randy Brown is almost as big as Kevin Holland. Dude, Randy Brown, I think is just gonna put on a striking masterclass. I actually bro, Holland is gonna win this if he flukes. He could get a fluke KO or a fluke submission, but dude, Randy Brown on paper should just win. Should just win. On paper, he's way better at striking. So yeah, Randy Brown is definitely the pick. Probably by decision, because Kevin Holland still does have a decent chin. But dude, he's been getting rocked these last couple of fights. But yeah, Randy Brown should definitely win. Pico versus Pitbull. Pico should just win. But really good wrestling. Really explosive on the feet. Like he hits like a truck, dude. And he's bigger than Pitbull too. Pitbull's not a featherweight sized fighter. He did win versus Dan Ige, but dude, Dan Ige is Dan Ige. That's not the greatest win in the world, to be honest. But dude, Pico's not bad. He just has a glass chin. So no matter what, in every fight, it just feels really risky picking him because he could just die from like a jab or something. And he doesn't really have good footwork either. That's really what killed him in the Rowan Murphy fight, is that he literally walked into something and he literally walked into the spinning back elbow. Or into the spinning elbow. But dude, Pitbull's not gonna throw any of that. Pitbull's got good takedowns. I don't think Pico's gonna hold him down, but dude, Pico's gonna be able to take him down. Ground and pound him for a bit. And eventually, I think he's going to squeak out the KO versus Pitbull. Pitbull's also like 39, bro. And Pico's like 30. There's a big age difference, dude. I don't know. I think Pitbull's too slow, not enough power, and doesn't really have finishing ability. Especially what he's shown in the UFC. He doesn't really have it. I think Pico's should win. Definitely should dominate, I think, actually. Swanson versus Landwehr. I think Swanson should win. I think Swanson's just technically better. And I think Landwehr's kind of a can. He can beat super cans, can't beat anybody that's somewhat decent. Even unranked, he can't beat them. Landwehr did kind of look way bigger than Swanson. But dude, I don't know. Uh, yeah, dude, I don't know. I think Swanson's just technically better. I think he wins to a decision, maybe even KO. Landwehr gets finished in the third a lot, um, at least recently. I like Swanson in this, and it's his retirement fight. He seems like kind of motivated. It's kind of hard to root against a guy who's retiring. Um, okay, Reyes, Johnny Walker. Okay, no matter what, if you're a betting man and you're doing a parlay, just bet for it to finish. It's like minus 600. Doesn't matter. It's guaranteed. Both of them have glass chins. They both fight like retards. Dude, yes. This will end in a finish. Um, I think Reyes should win. Better boxing. He throws out one combination. He literally does this one thing where he'll leg kick and then do like a left hook. I don't know. He has like one move. He literally just the same move versus Alberg, and then eventually Alberg caught him. And he does this in pretty much every fight. Johnny Walker looked actually really smart in his last fight. Besides the takedown attempt at the start, but he got up and he recovered and he leg kicked the Chinese blackhead to death. Dude, Johnny Walker, if he fights smart, I think he actually does beat Reyes by like some probably like spinning back fist, flying knee, something crazy. But Reyes is definitely a safer pick if you want to pick a specific person, dude, but don't. It's just gonna end in a finish. Probably in the first round, to be honest. Um, but if you're really playing safe, go first 2 rounds. Um, yeah, dude, this might be a double KO, dude. I'm being so serious. Johnny Reyes is definitely more dangerous on the feet as well. Just like pure power, definitely more dangerous. Um, I don't think Johnny Walker actually hits that hard. I think he has to hit you with some like crazy thing, like a flying knee type thing, dude, to really get you out of there. But dude, and I think Reyes actually does have a better chin as well. Um, I think it's because he's more defensively sound. So Reyes is definitely a safer pick. I'm going Reyes, but Johnny Walker, if he fights smart, plays at range, could could find a finish. But yeah, I'm going Reyes. Um, Blades versus Hawkeye. I actually like Hawkeye in this one. I think Hawkeye's really, really fast. I think he's gonna speed blitz Blades. Only concern is the cardio. And that Blades is quite a bit bigger as well. I'm actually just seeing this. He's 30-pound advantage almost. Um, yeah, I think Hawkeye looks pretty decent enough on the feet. They're probably about the same on the feet. If Blades is probably a little bit better, but wrestling, dude, I think Hawkeye's probably better. I think Blades will get up, but dude, I think Hawkeye will get the takedowns. I think Blades will probably get tired. At the same rate as Hawkeye, just because Hawkeye fights so fast paced. At least from his last 2 fights, dude. He's very fast. He just wants to get it done, get the finish. Dude, I don't know. I kind of see a Hawkeye just surprise KO or a ground and pound TKO. I think Hawkeye's gonna get it done. Um, Blades did not look that good versus Kuniev. I know he tore both. Tore something in his. I don't want to say it was an ACL or whatever. Um, but yeah, I know he tore both legs something. But dude, I don't know. I think Kuniev won that. Kuniev Kuniev's not a bad loss. Kuniev's actually good. But I don't know, man. Blades, if he can dominate you in the wrestling, yeah, he'll get the finish, but I don't know. He's not gonna dominate Hawkeye, dude. I really like Hawkeye in this one, man. Yeah, Hawkeye's gonna get the finish. I think he's just maybe not better wrestling, but better takedowns. Um, and I think he's just faster on the feet. I think he'll be able to see Blades. I don't know. I think he'll get it done. Probably, maybe. I think in the second. Um, Mirzkhanov is a lock here versus Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa was really funny at the press conference. He's taller, but that's because Mirzkhanov is like a fat, chubby really small light heavyweight. But dude, Mirzakano's got really good power. Dude, and he looked mad at the press conference. Like, he was balling up his fists. He was biting down on his jaw. He looked mad at Paulo Costa, dude. I think he's gonna go in there really with some fire in his heart, man. I think Mirzakano's gonna get the KO in the first. I don't think Costa's. I don't think Costa's got the chin. Costa does have a good chin, but I don't think he's got the chin for this. I don't think he's gonna be able to pressure Mirzakhanov. Mirzakhanov, nobody mentions this, but last time when he fought Rakic, he came in there with like a game plan to wrestle. That didn't pan out, and then he got the KO. But he was shooting takedowns, dude. He looked very nervous. He looks way calmer for this one, I think, judging by the press conference. So yeah, dude, I think Mirzakhanov is better on the feet. I think he's probably better on the ground. Paulo Costa is really good at pressuring, but dude, I think if you try to pressure Mirzakhanov, he's gonna sleep you. And Paulo Costa's he's not light heavyweight size. I'm just gonna be honest, dude. You lost to Marvin Vettori. That can't happen. Marvin Vettori is straight butt. He's on that same tier, dude. If that's a Daniel Zellhuber tier loss, dude. So yeah, Mirzakhanov should definitely win. Probably by finish. All right, Jiri versus Alberg. I'm going Jiri. I think dude, Jiri is just if it's prime Jiri and he goes out pressuring, he gets it done in the first two, guaranteed. If not, he'll get it done in the fourth or fifth. Whoa, and Alberg looks pretty chubby in this. Bro, Alberg used to have a crazy physique. He does not look built for war like Jiri does, man. I don't know if that's his current physique, but he's looking a little tubby. Not as I don't know. I don't like that physique from Alberg. But yeah, dude, Yuri's got a titanium chin. Alberg doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the power. He's only finished Reyes, dude, and like cans. Now if he had to finish over Jan Blachowicz is a crazy good win. Don't get me wrong, but if you finish Jan Blachowicz, nobody really could do that. That's nasty. I'm picking him over Prohaska. That one event, if he was able to do it, yes, but he couldn't. So I don't think he has the power, or the technique. Really, I think he's a diet Pereira. And Jiri in that first fight almost finished Pereira. Dude, yeah, Prohaska's he's probably better on the ground. Prohaska could sneak in a takedown, dude. Do I think he does anything with it? No. But dude, yeah, I think he's gonna pressure him if it's prime Jiri. Gets it done in the first two. Like, he comes out really fast, really strong. He's throwing crazy stuff. He gets Alberg out of there. Alberg lost to Nezuchuku. Dude, Prohaska's only lost to Pereira. He's a different breed. Yeah, dude. I like Yuri's pressure in this one. And he has a kid on the way. He has the kid buff. Yeah, I really like him. I really, really like Yuri on this one. I think this is almost a matchup tailor-made. Like, people, dude, I think Alberg has the aesthetic to win. Like, he fights like Pereira, but they don't realize he's not as good as Pereira. Like, nowhere even close to as good as Pereira. Because Pereira fought a borderline prime Jan and still squeaked it out. Alberg fought a washed Jan and barely squeaked it out. There's just differences in every stage of their careers. Alberg is just always lower level, always lower level, always lower level. And I think it really does take a prime Pereira to put out Prohaska. Like Jiri, dude, if Jiri fought the Pereira that was fighting Ank in their first fight, Pereira would have got him out there in the first or second, dude. That's a guarantee. And that Pereira is probably as good as Alberg. That's probably how the Alberg versus Ankalaev fight would go, in my opinion. Dude, yeah, Pereira's gonna finish him. Also, I'm just saying, Alberg could get this. This fight is also guaranteed to get a finish, by the way. If you're a betting man, just put that in your parlay. This fight is guaranteed to go to finish, but I really like Prohaska here. And I think the line's actually moving has been slightly moving toward Aldberg, which is crazy to me, but it is what it is. Definitely going Jiri. I think he's on borderline. All right, so you're my pick. I got Radke, Luque, Padilla, Suarez, Gamrot, Brown, Pico, Swanson, Reyes, Pocket, Mirzakhanov, Prohaska. Those are my official picks for 327.